obviously we are here for Twice Knock Knock. In case you craziness the last couple of videos, in case you want to check that out. Before this was RM Forever Rain, the last track of the mono playlist. Before that, BTS, Love Yourself, and then XOCBX, Be My Love, if I managed to make that video work. Also just kind of just weird in this in general, that some really sad things have happened to people I know in the last day. But it didn't happen to me. So it's weird. I don't know, it's just like a weird feeling. Like I feel like I should be sadder, but I'm not. That makes any sense? Where I almost feel like guilty for like not sharing the tragedy of somebody else. It's a weird feeling. It's also a weird feeling to be saying that right before going into what will probably be some super crazy happy Twice. That's what music does. Gives us a chance to like have things be different. Shameless plug, ridiculous shirt, America, best country in the nation. That's what that says. If you want that, it's below. Thank you so much for your support on Patreon, $2. That's all it costs to win my affection over there, apparently. I am a cheap date. Twice. Knock knock. That synth is cool as shit already. That reminds me of Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon type of shit. That's awesome. Okay, this damn song is awesome. It also is a really different flavor from Twice for me. I'm also really curious, and there's no way I can know, right? It's impossible. But I wonder if I had heard this song 8 months ago, if I would have thought it was awesome. I feel like that could be me. It's like, I don't think I need to say anything. You're like, I was just thinking like, this song is so banging and the adorableness is off the charts, which is weird because I didn't think, obviously there's like no one unattractive in the entire world of K-pop, but at least not that I've noticed. But I feel like recently Twice, and Red Velvet have both been like way sexier than they were in the previous like dozen videos. I don't know. I don't even know if that's true, just what it feels like. And then of course, like, knock on my door. And then it's like, oh, there's the dude at the door. And it's like, oh, but he's just like a weirdo with a keyboard. But aren't we all just weirdos with keyboards? I mean, obviously, it's probably more appropriate to say guitar, because everybody has a guitar, including me. And usually what happens when you see somebody with a guitar, your first thought is like, oh, not a dude with a guitar. I know that's how people feel. That's why I try to play like super cool stuff. That way they're like, oh, dude. I've actually had many, did I say many? Many people be like, dude, when I saw you pull out the guitar, the first thing I thought was, fuck, he's got a guitar. But you're really good. And I'd be like, thanks, man. I try to like not be as douchey as most douchey guys with guitars are. But still, I'm so ego-driven that somehow I turned a story about Twice into a story about me. That's actually pretty funny juxtaposition. I get that it's a Twice book and it's got scenes from their stuff in it, but it's also saying to the guy who had a keyboard, they're like, do you know what would be way better than you and a keyboard? A book. Somehow that's like even meaner than just slamming the door in his face. I guess I should say something musical about the song. I like the guitar. I like it in there. I like what it's been doing the whole time. But to be really honest, I like how quiet it is. I feel like this is, again, one of those types of songs where the guitar is the quietest thing in the mix. That we have the vocals, the synthesizer, the bass, and then drums, and then the guitar is really low. The guitar is more like a garnish instead of an entree, which I very much appreciate. They better get inside. That dude with the keyboard might still be out there. Did they all die in the cold? What happened? That's the inside of that one from the other song. Is it TT? Is that the one? That's the inside of the house from that thing. Oh, by the way, I think Yes or Yes was the first song I ever heard by Twice. It might still be up on the channel, maybe. I don't have anything important or cool to say. to you. Sometimes we're just hanging out. Sometimes we're introspective. Sometimes we're super drunk and crazy. And other days, we're just hanging out. And today is kind of one of those days, at least so far. Really, the most dramatic thing that happened was at the beginning of the BTS Love Yourself Answer video, where I was really pissed off at myself. But we've moved through that in the past couple of videos, and that song was... it's like what it's supposed to be. Which is now, there's almost like a race, not a race, because it's not a competition, but I feel like when I first started listening to Twice and Red Velvet, they were really far apart, but that's only based on the random songs that I had checked out. It's not based on like time. But I feel like over now, the amount of songs that I've heard, they've gradually come closer together, and that I see a lot more sexy / weird and odd musical choices from Twice, and I've seen a little more cutesy, what's the word? The word for when something is accessible. More accessible music from Red Velvet. It's like that's like the best thing ever is hearing a group and the music getting better and better over time. What's funny is like I don't even know if I'm going backwards or forwards in time. At some point I'll have to start just going through all the albums and hearing all the songs. It seems like a really unnecessary ending of a sentence. Like if I said I need to go through their albums, I think everyone would assume the second part of that sentence is, or the follow-up sentence is to hear the songs. It's almost like saying, I need to order some food and eat it. The part's not really necessary. Almost like knock knock. You know, you ever like knocked on the door but open at the same time? You're like, knock knock. And you actually say knock knock. But do you actually need to say knock knock? Couldn't you just say knock? I don't know. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here in this massive, giant studio, because I have the deep thoughts, man. That's why I'm surrounded by luxury, because I bring you the deep. See, that's what happens when you don't put an ending on a sentence. All right, before I go cuckoo, let's go over to EXO Mama from the Exordium tour. You just stop pointing at you, I'll point at me. Let's go somewhere else. I will see you there.